Game started.
Beach wolf. D4. Let's try D4, D5. Get a Slav defense. Okay, hey, we can play the Winawer gambit again. That's been fun. People don't seem to expect it. If you don't want the Winawer gambit, you just play knight F3 there. You don't need to allow this. Okay, just taking is okay here, I think. And so basically that's a Winawer gambit declined. Since I've now defended the pawn, and it seems like I get a decent position. Got squares for my pieces, got an open diagonal for my bishop. I should have thought about, in the previous position, I should have thought about the immediate knight e4, because this knight was still pinned. Now knight e4, he takes. And I take back, and his knight can come to this square, attacking my pawn. Okay, so let's develop the bishop out to this square, f5. Let's see if he wants to. Yeah, he wants to keep the pin. Okay. I can always retreat my bishop to break the pin. I think I might do that. The bishop on f5 was a bit exposed, so I wasn't too keen on leaving it there. Okay, so he can go there. Let's retreat all the way back. And bishop to e7 is my next move. Oh, except he's winning a pawn. That's annoying. And if I take his knight, he can take the pawn anyway. Because it hits the rook, so I retreat the bishop and he grabs the rook. So, do I have something better than that? Bishop takes knight, queen takes pawn. I need to defend the rook. So knight d7, and then the queen can grab another pawn here. But my bishop is still free, so he would actually have to take the bishop back first. Gives me time to save a pawn, I guess, but I'm still going to be a pawn down at the end of that. He didn't play that. Guess I should just block the queen's view of this b7 square. Okay, now if I play knight e7, he can play knight takes knight, queen takes, and then bishop takes knight on f6 and mess up my pawns, which is a bit annoying. So instead of knight e7, maybe I should play queen to e6. And then a bishop g3, queen to d6 rather than bishop g3, queen e6. So, okay, let's get that here. So now what can white do? Bishop takes is possible, bishop retreating. This other bishop moving somewhere, taking a pawn. Queen moves. He's got lots of possibilities. This is kind of a weak square here. Yeah, it's probably a good thing to do. Put the queen on, put the bishop on a good square. And if I move my queen, you know, the logical place to put it is somewhere in line with the rook, so it's out of the frying pan into the fire. Now if he moves his knight with tempo on the queen, I can at least grab the bishop. So, but does that work? Actually, he can play knight takes, yeah, he can play that. Knight takes f7, that's annoying. Because my planned move of knight takes bishop doesn't work because he'll play knight takes queen. Okay, now from here, if he tries to save the knight, I can play knight takes bishop. The bishop was defending this f2 square, otherwise I could play I could take on f2. So, okay, so he's won a pawn, but it's not a great pawn. It's one of these doubled pawns. Oh, my king is in a bit of an awkward spot there. Let's see if we can trade off this knight. It's on the same diagonal with his queen, so that's not too healthy. Yeah, right, like that. He can immediately exploit that. Well, yeah, I just have to get away from the discovered check. He had a couple of threats. One was just pushing the pawn, attacking my queen and king simultaneously, or taking the knight and the queen simultaneously. So I could not really defend against both of them that I saw. Okay, now I have a check on f2, which might be worth something. Yeah, queen f2 and bishop e4 might be good. Yeah, so he defends. Where can I go? This is a loose bishop here. And I can't go anywhere to threaten it. Oh, so he's finally letting me take the knight, which I've been trying to get rid of for a while, and win a pawn. He didn't have to do that. Oh, he's probably still winning here. He's got these two pawns in the center look pretty good. So he's got one extra pawn over here and one extra pawn over here. And I'm threatening his bishop, and I have a check. That defends this pawn.
Check.
Let's go for the check. And attack the c3 pawn. He can just push it looks like. Yeah. So let's see. Queen here. Don't want to trade queens in this position. Maybe I can get my bishop active. It could go to d3 there. He's covering that. Okay, so now bishop c2, if I could arrange it, would be nice. Oh, but he didn't, so he covered bishop d3, but he didn't cover just taking. So I should probably grab that pawn while I can. And then try and round up this guy. I'm lucky that it's on a dark colored square. Let's see. If I attack it from the side, he can defend from over here with his bishop. Yep. So I'm wondering whether I should sacrifice a pawn over here just to round up this guy, because this guy is pretty annoying and my king can't get over and help round him up. Where could the bishop go? The bishop could go from here to here. I guess that would work. That's with tempo. If I can get 3 attackers on it, he's got to move his rook. But he just lifts the rook. I go here, and then he brings the rook over, and he's got 3 defenders. He's covering the attacking square that I want to get to. Okay, well, this is another way to do it. I could get to this square, perhaps. Perhaps I can get to this square. So check here, and then I can't take it. So I got to get my king off of that back rank. I can't take because he queens. And check. If I move my queen, if I move my rook, and I have to keep coming forward. Now I could come here, because now I can take it. When the king is close enough, you can take the pawn. Or you can take the rook and then the pawn when it queens. Yeah, he can go there. Threatening check here and the pawn. So let's attack the bishop. Check here, king to, so check on h8, king to e7, defending the pawn on the rook on d8. Okay, so what are White's options? He can just move the bishop to h3 or even to e6. I can't really do a whole lot about it because I can't play my king to e7 just yet, as long as his rook is covering that row. Yeah, so now if I play my bishop to f5, blocking his bishop, he can take, I take, and then he grabs this pawn, then I grab that pawn, and then he grabs the f pawn. It's a lot to give up. He would have 3 pawns on none over there, and I would have 2 pawns over here, so that would not be great. Why don't I try and get these pawns rolling? Maybe I have a pawn majority over here. Maybe I can use it. Aha, now the bishop has momentarily been blocked. but doesn't look that great. It doesn't look like I can take, I mean.
Check.
That's interesting. He's away from defense of the pawn at the moment. Oh, he's going to defend that way? Okay. I think I can just keep advancing, can't I? Ah, that's good. That's a good move. But he forgot this, so maybe maybe I am lucking out here. He can play check here. I can take the rook.
Check.
Play check there. King this way. He can repeat. So rook f7,
Check.
I have to go back. I have no move.
Check.
And now if I go to this square, the check here, I can't take, so
Draw
I step up.
offered.
Yeah, so this is going to be a draw by repetition.
Game drawn.
Okay, well, he had a winning game there, so I was lucky to escape with a draw, I guess. Okay, I'm going to do a postmortem and see you guys again later. Bye.